is just insane.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Awesome.
The mass on there. All right, so it's our 2025 elk shed hunt, mule deer shed hunt out west. Been hiking here for a while. We've been out here a few days. Austin found a couple mule deer sheds yesterday. We went to some new spots. No elk sheds yet. Kind of hiking up through this stuff. Seen some droppings, no sheds. We've been hiking for a few hours, and I decided to kind of cut down closer to where Austin and Jada are. And I just found a pair, I think, a matching set. First elk sheds of the year. All right, so we're just wrapping up for the day, heading back to the side-by-side. And Austin and Jada were just about to the side-by-side, and I saw them swinging around. Thought I'd hit this side, and found another shed. Nice brown. Oh, yeah. Love it.
We've been hiking all day and we haven't found any sheds, but we've been seeing lots of sign. And we were just walking back to the side-by-side, kind of near, we parked by a watering hole. Literally like 75 yards away from the watering hole, we found a shed. I found a shed. Oh. And it's a brownie. Oh, look how nice. First shed of the trip too, and it's like I think it's our 4th day of hiking, maybe. Oh, look at that. Woohoo!
All right, so it's our first day here in Colorado this year, opening day, May 1st. And we've been hiking for a few hours. Haven't seen much. We're starting to work into a new area. I was coming through here, and just off to the side, I could see a little bit of a white. I thought it was a stick, but it turns out it is a shed. A little elk spiker. There you go. So we got one on the board for Colorado this year.
It's starting to work back to the side-by-side to kind of hit a different ridge line. It was coming up here, looked up, and side-by-side brown mule deer set. Let's pick them up. 4x4. Let's get some more.
Austin just found a matching set of a mule deer. I was coming down the hill here. I see a little bit of white off to the side, and looks like a mule deer deadhead. Oh, he's got some cool kickers on him. The pickup here. It's pretty chewed on, but you got 3 coming off here on that split, 3 on here. Pretty cool deer.
Just parked the side-by-side about 20 yards that way. Coming up through here. And we got a spiker elk shed right away. Old one, but we'll take it. All right, combing through all this thick stuff. It's kind of hard to walk through all this because you can easily miss something, but it was just uphill a little bit. Look down, and boom, we got an elk shed. Awesome. Little whale tail on the back, and last year we found one in here not too far that kind of had that whale tail on the back, close to the size. So although this one looks like Might be a couple years old, so. Found the other one just on the other side of that tree. Came up, sure enough, the other side, laying right here. Here's them together. Definitely a matching set. You can tell. Has some funky burrs. We walked a little bit farther, and I was staying probably 50 yards that way. Looking through the brush, got another one, another 5-point. It's chalk. Definitely, I think it's probably not as old, but it also could just be from being hidden up underneath these big pines here, but yeah. All right, we're working that ridge coming through, and it's starting to hail a little bit. Look down, I saw a big third just glowing. Not even sure what it is yet, it's pretty buried. Oh, it would have been a 6-point, just busted off on the back end there. That's pretty awesome. All right, walked, I don't know, maybe another 150 yards or so. The hail is really starting to come down, but I just found this elk shed and it looks crazy. Oh, that third is just insane. It just keeps going on forever. That is awesome.
It's my first shed of the day. Austin's found like 5 or 6, I don't know. But finally, I walk up to this. I think we're like, what, like 50 yards from the other shed that you found. So, but look at it, it's kind of buried in there a little bit. Whoa, I found one. Okay. Get that. Oh, nice.
That's a 6-point.
Woohoo! Look at that. Yes.
Came around to the other side, walking down the ravine here, and we got a brown. In the middle of this really thick stuff. Oh, yes.
Yep.
Brown 5-point elk shed. He even wants a little, looks like a devil tine, like a high devil tine right there. Awesome. That is sweet.
We're walking back to the side-by-side, and we're like, what, 300 yards away from it? And we come up to water that we crossed on our way in, and sure enough, found a brown elk shed. Right, like laying in the water. Oh, awesome. Got some leaves and stuff on it. Nice. Woohoo!
It's our last day out in Colorado, and we've been hiking for quite a while, kind of hitting a different finger, and finally walked up on one. It's pretty chalky, but a little 4-point. Hopefully there's some others in this valley here.
So we just kind of walked very straight, kept going about 90 yards, 5-ish minutes later, 3 minutes maybe, I don't know. And looky-loo, we got another shed.
Okay, so we've been hiking all day today. It's our last day here in Colorado, and was just up there. Been hiking, I don't know what it is, maybe 1 o'clock now.
I think you're
hiking all day, and I just come hiking back where it's kind of like a broken record, but it seems like every time we start heading back to the four-wheeler, we find one. So I was hiking down here and I saw some white. Found a nice 6-point elk shed right there. I've been doing some hiking around here trying to find the other side of the shed I found, and I kind of zigzagging up and down through the ridges here, and haven't found it yet, but come walking down through this ravine here because the scrub oak is so thick I can't really walk through it, and just found another shed right up here. Looks pretty chalked out, but it's another shed.
Just came around this cedar tree here, and I looked over on this big deadhead elk. Winter kill. The mass on there, it's crazy. 6x6. He busted off that time. Looks like a pretty fresh break, but that's crazy. I mean, you hate to find them like this, but you know, rather find his sheds, but it's still a really cool find.
I picked up that 2 sheds up there, and I didn't find the other side to that bigger one yet. Austin found a nice deadhead, so I'm heading over by him, and I was walking down this ravine towards his direction here, and I looked up and I found another shed, 6-point. First I thought it might have been a match to mine, but it's the same side, so it's definitely from a different bull. All right, doing the pickup. Oh boy. Another nice 6-point, heavy one too.
All right, just packing out the deadhead, and coming through here, just want to do a little ditch here. It looks like we got a brown spike elk shed. Made it back home, got all the sheds laid out. We each averaged, I think we got about 70 miles each for the whole trip. I'd say my favorite shed, my favorite find is probably my deadhead. Otherwise, my favorite shed is probably this one right here, just because that crazy third. But yeah, had an awesome trip this year. Ready to get back out there next year.
All right, so as far as this year, my favorite shed, I don't know, probably it's kind of a toss-up here. I mean, this is a nice dark brown. That was pretty awesome, 6-point. Prior to this year, I've never found a 6-point, so that was awesome. And then it also would be having the matching set that were laying next to each other, side by side, which would be these two. They're a little chalky, but still very nice. I also like that mule deer too, just with the character it has, with up on the G2s having 3 points on each side coming up through. This one's obviously been there a long time, but I thought that was pretty cool too. Awesome year. Can't wait to get back out there.
This one is my favorite shed. It's also the biggest one I found. And I also love, well, this one I found in the river, so that one's pretty cool. And then this one was my first shed I found, so I love that too.